Hello everyone, you're most welcome to my YouTube channel, or I can say in this series where I'm going to help you to learn the art of problem solving. So the platform through which I'm going to teach you how to solve problems is LeetCode, and this is the May challenge where I'm going to share the approach of day 5 problem. So first of all, let us understand the problem, and if you want to read the problem statement, then you can pause the video for a minute. Okay, all right. So first of all, let us understand the problem statement. So the problem is that what you have to do, that user will provide you a string, and you have to find a unique character present in that string. And if you found or encountered that character present in that string, then you have to return its index, and if it doesn't exist in that given string, then you have to return -1. Okay, for example if your given string is LeetCode. Okay, so as you can see that in this given string, L is a unique character. Okay, so the condition which you have to keep in mind is that you have to return the index of first encountered character, which is non-repeating. So in this example, L is that character which is the first and the non-repeating character. There is also another unique character which is T, and C is also there, but they are second and third one. So our task is that we have to find the first non-repeating character, and it should be unique, and then you have to return its index. So this is all about the problem statement. So now let us understand the approach which you can use to solve this problem. Okay guys, now let us understand the approach. What you have to do is that, as a first step you have to do is that you have to create an array of 26 bytes to hold the frequency of each character in the string. So this is how it's going to look like. Okay, character frequency, and here 26 is representing the size of that character. On the other hand, if you will try to visualize that array, then this is how it's going to look alike. Okay, now let's look ahead at second step. So as a second step, you have to maintain a flag variable and a counter to traverse string. Okay, so this is how it's going to look alike. Now the purpose of flag variable is that, as in the problem statement it was given that if in the given string, if you encounter that character which is unique, so you have to return the index of that character. On the other hand, if there is no such character in that string present in that string, then you have to return -1. So with the help, what we are going to do is that if we encounter such character in the given string, then we will update the value of this variable flag in 1. Okay, so this is how the code snippet of that condition will look alike. Okay, so if our flag, if the value of flag is not updated to 1, then we will consider that no such character is present in the given string which is unique. Okay, third step, what you have to do is that you have to fill the array character frequency, whose name is character frequency, with the frequency of each character present in the given string. Okay, so for that purpose you have to use for loop. You can also use another loops. I am going to use for loop. So this is the code snippet which you have to write. Now one thing is, if you are a beginner, now you can think, what is this statement which is written in this character frequency block, in square brackets. So this operation is indicating that, like, let's say if the character which you have read in the given string, from the given string, and it is B, so ASCII value of B is 66. On the other hand, ASCII value of A is 65. So our resultant value will be 1. So this one is actually indicating the index where we are going to keep the record of frequency of that character which we have read. Okay, so for more appropriate understanding, let's consider example. Let's say given string is A, C, C, D, E, and F, 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 F. Okay, so for this is how our array is going to look alike. For A, in this example, each index is representing the characters, like zeroth index is representing character A, first index is representing character B, second index is representing character C, and so on. Okay, now moving ahead, last step which you have to do is that you have to, once you have created the array, or once you have created the record of the frequency of each character of that given string, then you have to find that character which is unique or whose frequency is 1. So like in our previous example, A is that character which is unique or which is non-repeating. It is that first character. So so its index is 0. So for this particular input, our output will be 0 because A is present at 0 at index and its frequency is 1. So for this purpose, we have to write the code in this manner. Okay. Now let's implement this solution. I hope you have understood the approach. And one more thing I would like to share. Guys, if you are a beginner, then understand one fact, that for a particular problem there can be n solution. Okay, so this was the main approach, and now let's move ahead to implement the. Alright, now let's implement the solution. So this is the function signature, okay, or you can say function prototype. Now let's write the code. So what you have to do is that first step you have to create that array, okay, of 26 bytes, and you have to initialize it with 0. Okay, then as I said that you have to maintain two variables, which one is one of them was flag and another was string counter. Okay, so I'm giving it short name C star. Okay, so no, SCTR, string counter. Okay, so this will be good. Now our third step is that you have to fill this array with the frequency of the characters provided in a string. So in this string we have to read all the characters and have to store the frequency of each character in this array. Okay, so for this purpose now let's do it quickly. So for this purpose you have to write this, you have to create for loop, and then s is our given string, and then you have to traverse this string until you didn't encounter null character. If you know about C, if you are a C and C++ developer, then you can understand that each string or character array in C and C++ world is terminated by a null character. Okay, so let's do it this, and now writing this one. So I hope this concept is clear now. And okay, so here now we have written the instruction to fill our created array with the frequency of each character. Okay, so this was our step 3. Now let's write instruction for our final step, which was 4. Okay, now as I said that for this purpose also we have to create a loop, and then we will find that unique character. Okay, so let's do it. For the sake of saving the time, I'm just copying the code. Okay. Now as I said, what you have to do is that you have to you have to check that the frequency of that character which we are reading is whether it is 1 or not. So let's do it quickly. Okay, so this is how it's going to. Now as I mentioned you earlier, that once you encounter such character whose frequency is 1, okay, then you have to update the flags value by 1. Once you found encounter such variable, such character, sorry, then you have to break this cycle. Okay, and at last what you have to do is that you have to apply a check, and you have to check that whether you have to apply that check, as I mentioned earlier, that if you have to check that if that character is present or not. So the approach which we have used, that in our approach we have assumed that if the value of flag is 0, then we will consider that no such character or no such unique character is encountered, or if such character is encountered, then we will return its index. Now let's run this code. Okay, result is pending. Okay, so it has worked. Now submit the solution. Oops. There is slightly mistake. Okay, let me check. Okay, I got it. Oh, okay. So sorry, guys. As I said that it while initializing we have to initialize it with 0. So that was the mistake. Okay, now let again run the code. Now submit it. Okay, it's now accepted. I hope guys this video has helped you a lot. If you found my content or the way of explanation useful, then please like the video and support my way of teaching. Okay, and I will try my best to upload as much more videos as much as possible, so that if you're a beginner you can move ahead. Okay, so thank you for this.